Hello, good evening and welcome to RTD's English News. Tonight's top stories are: the Prime Minister visited the stone cutting site. UN seeks $1.3 billion in humanitarian funding for South Sudan.
Those were the top stories. Thank you for joining us. The Prime Minister, His Excellency Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed, has conducted a field visit on the site of stone cutting and the Secretary of State under the tremendous applause. The purpose of this visit was to see firsthand the launch of the stone cutting program and see the situation of the beneficiaries of this program initiated by the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Margele, to curb the unemployment and to promote the local expertise, since the operators of the stone cutting have benefited on 147 approval which have been issued eventually by the direction of the Solidarity, and 735 kits of compounds have been distributed to all the masons to improve their conduction of work. The Prime Minister has had a direct exchange with the operators and the beneficiaries of this program, who have raised some point concerning the training of tailors and to be more framed by the authorities. Following this exchange, the Prime Minister had indicated to the operators of this site as the work done is a commendable job and advertised to be congratulated.
In an interview, the Secretary of State to the National Solidarity has made a reaction during her visit to the stone cutting site, which was initiated by the President of the Republic there 3 years ago. This program is a real program, she said, which has allowed the fight against poverty, and that alone in the space of 2 years more than 2,800 tailors who have benefited from this program for the production of stone cutting. She has indicated, as you know, the stone is an unlimited resource in our country, and the inventiveness of the President of the Republic to have been able to mobilize all the energies and convince the Djiboutians.
Indeed, in his speech, the Prime Minister has indicated that the workers will have the same right as others in order to know the social security. Also, he referred to the advantage of this program, which is to reduce unemployment and to improve the infrastructure of the bases, such as the rehabilitation of the rolling track, pedestrian and of our neighborhoods. This program is part of the framework of strengthening the capacity of the tailor stone operating in the achievement of the work with high labor intensified, call it the HIMO, has expressed the Prime Minister. It is in this action that is part of the concern of the government policy to improve local materials in a logic of sustainable development and the creation of employment, he concluded.
The Minister of Education and his interior colleague Dr. Jama Al-Mouki and Hassan Omar Mohammed co-chaired today a launch training ceremony conducted in the regions of the interior. The event took place at the People's Palace and saw the participation of prefects and 5 interior regions presidents. Arriving school responsible and business leaders, partner of this training program, 500 young beneficiaries of the training were enthusiastic by the beautiful ceremony conducted by the MENFOP officials. Many role play took place, and this initiative is part of the government's roadmap in the fight against unemployment, or requires professional training and careers of the future that are available to young people without degrees or qualifications. The 2 ministers called young people to use this training for the future to regain jobs.
of Interior, Mr. Hassan Umar, has delivered a speech to make the tour of the objectives as well as the ins and the outs of the broad program of short training courses and a modular aim to develop skills and trade to young school dropouts. This important event comes with a particularly, said the minister, because the training singles out the considerable numbers of the beneficiaries. This renews confidence of the MENFOB to associate the Ministry of Interior to the Professional Training Department, testify the outstanding relation between the two departments and especially the common determination of pursuing this effort to better serve the Djiboutian youth, has insisted the minister. The minister has also talked about the fact that it came in the framework of the right political lines set out by His Excellency the President of the Republic. I would like to seize this opportunity to express my deep gratitude to his leadership and its sense of duty, has concluded the Minister of Interior.
Dr. Jamal Al-Mouki has placed the emphasis in his speech on the interest to give the youth the means to be able to access their aspirations with trainings and growth occupations which will allow them to obtain jobs in the projects and the shipyards implemented by the government. During his intervention, the Minister of Education said thanks to the economic policy of the head of state, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, our country is part of the emerging African continents. This emergence has been materialized by implementation of economic infrastructure generator of activities and jobs. We must therefore seize these opportunities and prepare the insertion of young people in the labor market in order for them to benefit from this economic emergence, he said. This event is part of this logic and formally translate our policy for the development of vocational training through a pragmatic approach and specific slides to each region to better accompany the youth to strong employment.
The Minister of Health, Dr. Qasim Isaaq Usman, has shared this morning the opening of a childbirth and an emergency room in a clinic located at Warabali in the coming of Balbala, a dispensary which will be operational as early as today. The Health Minister wanted to answer the district people needs. The Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Ali Yusuf, Commissioner of Balbala President Yusuf Nuho, Health Director Mr. Abdullahi Asobe, the Mother Department Director and Child Health Ms. Nim'a Musa, Director of Promotion Health Ms. Deqa Abubakar attend this opening.
In an interview that the Minister of Health, Dr. Qasim Isaaq Usman, has granted us, he has welcomed this infrastructure of great help to the population living in that locality. He has also asked the population to ensure and to take care of this dispensary.
The Minister of Energy in charge of natural research, Ali Yaqub Mahmoud, has received this morning in his office the Intergovernmental Authority for Development IGAD Executive Secretary Mr. Mahmoud Maalin. This encounter is taking place for a few days after the 30 IGAD's anniversary, registered under the cooperation between Djibouti different departments and the regional ministerial organization. The two sides mentioned on this occasion the ways and means to develop an efficient partnership in the field of energy and natural research. The Minister of Energy, Mr. Ali Yaqub Mahmoud, has exposed to its boss the major project of his ministerial department and the Djibouti ambition to become the first horizon African nation to use 100% green energy. The IGAD Executive Secretary, Mr. Mahmoud Maalin, stated that his institution support the regional nature-oriented project basically in the field of resilience and renewable energy.
A ceremony for the opening of a humanitarian logistic base by the World Food Programme WFP took place this morning at PK20. This ceremony has gathered the Minister of Transport and Equipment, Mr. Musa Ahmed Hassan, Regional Director of the WFP, Mrs. Valerie Garnier, Ambassador of Canada, Philip Baker, and the resident representative of the WFP, Jack Higgins. The objective of this database is to give a support to the operations of humanitarian assistance through the Horn of Africa. This construction is the broadest and the most important of the WFP in throughout the world, with a value of $29 million. Canada has generously contributed $18.5 million, the most important donation for this project. Djibouti is also an entry point for the delivery of food and for the humanitarian support of vital importance to the whole of the region. Let's recall that the President of the Republic has conducted the laying of the first stone in 2012 and is in this final phase for where its construction will be finalized in coming August. The Regional Director of WFP, Ms. Valerie Garnier, and Ambassador of Canada have both thanked the government of Djibouti for its close collaboration.
Critical time when Djibouti is playing a key role in responses to several major crises in the region, including the challenges in South Sudan, the conflict in Yemen, and the drought in Ethiopia, worsened by El Nino. By its location, Djibouti has become a major gateway for Ethiopia and a transshipment point for many of the large-scale operations in the region.
It's a real honor to be here in Djibouti with the World Food Programme to participate in the launch of the Humanitarian Logistics Hub, which is extremely impressive, and I can't wait for the tour. The World Food Programme is Canada's largest humanitarian partner, and we value the continuing strong partnership that we share. Last year at the UN General Assembly, world leaders agreed to Agenda 2030 and to the commitment to leave no one behind. With the global community's overarching goal to achieve zero hunger, there's a need for broad collaboration and effective programming in order to deliver. We need to ensure that the needs of affected people, with particular attention to those affected by protracted crises, are at the forefront of our collective responses. As you know, the needs are ever growing, and the humanitarian community is struggling to meet this demand.
On his side, the Minister of Equipment and Transport, Mr. Musa Ahmed Hassan, has recalled that this event is highlight symbolic. He then thanked the teams who have worked on this project since its planning up to its delivery today. He has explained the importance of growing the mastery of logistic operation and transport in the world. In a sector such as that of food aid, this control is all the more compelling that is to come to the assistance of the most vulnerable population, he said.
Then the officials have visited the logistics center. This logistic base of 50,000 square meters is composed of 2 hangars of the storage of food donation and 4 elevators that will allow faster loading of vessels and reduce the cost to the WFP, as well as will help to reduce congestion at the port for all users. The logistic base of WFP will pave the way for the development of the logistics activity on a large scale in the country through this network of quality transport infrastructure and a number of other advantages that the Republic of Djibouti as its geostrategic position or its economic system and allow it to be very attractive in this area.
A delegation composed of the Solidarity State Secretary for the National Solidarity, Zahra Yusuf Qayat, has and Deputy Aisha Dabar and Uma Dabale went yesterday to the Islamic microcredit women beneficiaries in Hayabley. The delegation led by National Secretary of State to the Solidarity was warmly greeted with joy and full dances. This meeting allowed the beneficiaries to express their gratitude, first of all to the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Margele, as well as to the First Lady Ms. Khadra Mohammed Haid, but also the microcredit initiative project, the ADDS. Indeed, the great Hayabley 300 women has benefit from this neighborhood microcredit program. The beneficiaries are also witness to their experience and improved living condition They also testify near the local authorities the impact that the program has on their lives and changes it induced in. Finally, the Hayableh women thank the President of the Republic for all the program that save up for the fight against poverty in Djibouti City, all but specifically for the Hayableh section.
The Secretary of State to the Solidarity, Mrs. Zara Yusuf Qayad, thanked the beneficiaries of their invitations and to inform of the full availability of the government to respond to their needs in order to combat poverty, but also its availability faced to the grievance of the various programs by the department in order to better fight against poverty and better manage the challenges of life.
As cybercrime in a scourge of a modern time, it takes various forms. Specialists draw up a comprehensive list which differ from the offensive of the crime and delinquency known to the general public. They have also indicate the piracy of automated system of data, the illicit transfer of personal information, and the like. Whatever its nature, cybercrime affects both individuals and businesses and public authorities in the planetary scale. The Djiboutian authorities are aware of that. That is why a workshop chaired by the Director General of Djibouti Telecom took place this morning. A workshop which also saw the participation of the Attorney General of the Republic, Mr. Maki Umar, and the Director General of the National Police, Colonel Abdullahi Abdi. First of its kind, these workshops serve as a springboard to the professional of the gendarmerie, the police and intelligence service to the effectively combat this type of complex offensive committed on computer networks. Cybercrime has taken a magnitude such as this no longer possible to remain lax before the rise of power of the virtual criminals who want to impose their dictates on the internet network. In this sense, a text of law has been voted in July 2014, which has completed the legal provision already existing in the Penal Code of 199, including for crime and the offensive of perpetrated in the virtual space of internet network. In his intervention, the Director General of the Djibouti Telecom has stated that the Ministry of Communication responsible for post and telecommunication is fully active to put in place a national strategy of cyber safety in the partnership with international organizations such as the International Telecommunication Union of UTU.
In the framework of the new railway line Djibouti and Addis Ababa operation, 100 technicians and engineers trainees have visited the Negat railway to Al Sabah. This tour, organized by Djibouti Railway Company, has taken place within the presence of the Djiboutian Railway General Director, the Chief Project, and other Djiboutian engineers and Ministry of Equipment and Transport representative. The technicians and engineers trainee have started their visit from the Grand Central train station Negat, which will be finished soon, and at the same occasion visited the operation in locomotive. The young students have received explanations from the project manager, Mr. Muhammad Khairi Roble, who shared his experience with the young people regarding the well-functioning of the new railway line and its equipment. The visit continued. The young students visited the different Shebele, Demarjo, Gubato, Holhol bridges, which is currently in its terminal phase. Colonel Omar Ali has welcomed the young trainees and highlighted the importance of the construction project for the new railway line and the dedication to work on it. They have completed their visit to the Al Sabah Central. They have seen the progress of the construction and their movement, and on the same occasion thanked the Djiboutian Railway Company for the organization of these visits.
In the regional news now, the United Nations is seeking $1.3 billion in humanitarian aid for South Sudan, where 2 in 10 of the population have been driven from their homes during 2 years of a conflict. Let's listen to Saeed Mohammed. This is it for this edition. Thanks for your attention and have a wonderful evening.